Hello students, here in this picture you can see that the driver is slowing down the car. Okay, so he's doing this by applying brakes. So why is the vehicle stopping when brakes are applied? Then we take another case in which a boy falls down when he steps on banana peel. Then we take a third case. The floor is wet and we know it is difficult to walk on a smooth and wet floor. Now, why are we not able to do all these things? We shall find out the answers to all these questions in this chapter. So, in today's class, we shall learn about chapter number 12, friction. So, now let us learn what is the meaning of the word friction. So, now in case I have this box, okay, I am pushing the box with some amount of force and the box is moving forward. As soon what happens is it stops after some time. Now what is happening? The object is not continuing its path of motion. So it is not continuously being moved. At some point of time, it is coming to rest. Now, why is this coming to rest? It is because another kind of force is resisting the amount of force which is being applied. That is called as the frictional force. So frictional force is nothing but it causes resistance to the motion of an object. Now we shall learn what are the factors upon which friction depends. For that we shall take an activity in which here we have two boys and they have arranged a stack of books and one book they have kept as inclined surface. So what are they doing is they are making use of an object and they are sliding it over this inclined surface and they are measuring the amount of distance covered by the object. So in the first case we see that it covers this distance from here to here. Now what I think is instead of keeping this surface smooth, what I'll do is I will put a cloth instead. Okay. So now when they put the cloth, what happens is again he slides this object. The object comes and stops. So it comes at rest at a point much before than the distance which it covered earlier. So what can we conclude? We can say that the first factor is friction depends upon the nature of the surface. Okay. Now you all will say this surface that is stable appears to be very smooth. But even this smooth surface, it has some amount of irregularity. In case we zoom this and we see that there are some creases over it. So what is happening because of this irregularities, the object is having interlocking between the two surfaces. And in order to overcome this interlocking, we need to apply a force, okay, which has to be larger than the irregularities, number of irregularities. तो फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स को अगर हमें तोड़ना है तो हमें और ज्यादा फोर्स लगाना चाहिए ताकि ये जो भी इरेगुलरिटीज है सरफेस में उसको हम पार कर पाए. Now we'll see the second factor. Now in case we have seen that friction is caused because of interlocking of the two surfaces. So the force of friction will increase when the surfaces are pressed hard together. Okay. So you can just mark this. This is the second factor. So in case two surfaces are pressed hard together, so I can give an example of a mat. In case nobody is sitting on it, what happens? I can easily drag it. But in case someone is sitting on it, अगर कोई बैठ रहा है तो वही मैट मुझे उठाने में ज्यादा मेहनत लगेगी in order to drag that surface. It is because now both the surfaces are pressed harder together. Now here we see this box is there. The box is in rest position. So when it is in rest position, what happens? The ground and this box, they are in close contact with each other. So they get enough time to get locked into these contact points of the floor. So now what happens is, अगर मुझे ये box को हटाना है, I want to push this box. So what happens is, मुझे इन दोनों का जो फोर्स है, इन दोनों का लॉकिंग है, I need to break this in order that this object moves. Okay. So this is nothing but it is called as the static friction because object to rest में ही. So we can call it as static. So this is what is static motion. Now we have another more distinct friction force which is sliding friction. So in this case, when I have an inclined surface, what happens when I slide this object? The object is not having that much contact with the object as that when it was in static motion. In static friction, they are in close contact with each other. But when it is in sliding mode, the friction क्या होता है? They are not in so close contact with each other. Then have another friction which is called as rolling friction. Here as you can see, this boy is using these wheels in order to move his suitcase. So in case of wheels, it is having still less amount of contact than which was present in sliding friction. So rolling can reduce the amount of friction. So this will have the least amount of friction. Okay. So that is why we have make use of ball bearings and all. Yes, see, these are the ball bearings in the fan and all which we have used. We use this so that friction is reduced. Now we will see what are the advantages of friction. So now in case if there was no friction, what would happen? An object which starts moving would never come to rest. Another thing is, we would not be able to write with a pen and paper. Because what happens when we are writing with pen and paper? The pen and the paper, they are both rubbing against each other's surface, and that's why we are able to write with pen and paper. In the same case, even with the chalk and blackboard. So the chalk will rub against the rough surface of the board, and the chalk particles will stick on the blackboard. Then there are other several advantages like the tires. If there was no friction between the tires and the automobile, what would happen? It would never come to rest. Then we would not be able to fix a nail in the wall, or would not be able to tie a knot, and also no building could be constructed. Now, as everything has advantages, there are several other disadvantages also of friction. So here we can see that the soles of the shoes, they are being worn out. Like, चप्पल डाल डाल के क्या होता है, वो घिस जाते हैं. Why is it happening? Because it is continuously being used. So what happens when it is continuously getting used? Now the surface is becoming more smooth. Then we have another example of whenever we rub our hands, what happens? There is some amount of heat which you feel. So friction also produces. Another example is when you're striking a matchstick. What happens? Both the matchstick rubs against the box and it produces the flame. That is because of friction. Also, in case we have a mixer, it also starts becoming hot. What happens? It becomes hot after some time because the parts of it are rubbing against each other, and there is heat produced. Because of the heat produced, there needs to be extra energy. They consume a lot amount of energy which is unnecessary wasted in the form of heat. Now we'll see how to increase and reduce friction. So now here you know that the friction increases with the roughness of the surface. So now we have seen the shoes. They are usually having grooves or they have spikes. That is so that we have better grip on the surface between the ground. Then we also have tires which are threaded again so that we provide a good grip with the ground. Then you all must have seen even athletes, they will rub some powder before they on their hands so that they have better grip. Now we always need not increase friction, but in some cases we also reduce friction. Like in case of the carom board, we will sprinkle powder on it. What happens when we sprinkle powder? We are reducing the amount of friction. So we can also use oil. We use oil in case of the sealing machine. Or then grease we'll use grease for the vehicle parts, and also for your cycle chains you all must be using. Okay, and there's also graphite used. So when we make use of these kind of substances, we are reducing the amount of friction. So they are called as lubricants. Now we have seen all the examples wherein friction had to do with the solids. But it is not only restricted to solids, but it also acts on liquids and gases. So we combine liquids and gases and we call them as fluids. So the frictional force which is exerted by the fluids is called as drag. Now what are the factors on which this frictional force in the fluids depends on? It first thing, it depends on the speed with which the fluid moves. Okay, how fast or slow it is. And secondly, it depends upon the shape of the object and the nature of the fluid, if it is thick or thin. If it is more thick, it will be having less friction. So what happens over here in this case, we are having a bird and the aeroplane. So based on the shape, we can say that they are having similar shape. Now, why we need to construct the aeroplane based on the shape of a bird? It is because to reduce the resistance or to reduce the fluid friction. So thank you, students.